We are.
We're on.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Yay.
Oh my gosh, where are we?
Oh, this is great. This is great. How are you, everybody? What's going on? Tell us. Tell us, how's your life?
Hi, everybody.
I
Hey,
cannot
yo.
see the chat window.
Oh God.
It should be an
OBS.
Maybe just don't fuck with
I'm not here.
Don't
if you
worry,
go to-
everyone. Patricia's just panicking in European. It's fine.
Patricia, there should be
It's like NASA.
Patricia, there should be a window or a drop down menu bar that says like docs. So click that, and then there should be one that says chat.
It's like panicking in American, but in a different font.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I found it.
That was amazing. And you may want to change it. It defaults to top chat. You may want to change it to live chat.
It's thinking. Oh, yay, it's here. Woohoo.
Woo. All right.
Okay,
We're successful. We're successful for the most.
Please bear
That's
with us.
awesome.
We are trying to make ourselves more self-sufficient by ensuring that there are more people than Katie who can host our lives on YouTube.
Yes.
So today, Patricia and I both learned how to do it.
That's
And
amazing.
Patricia
Believe it or
threw
not, we
herself
did
on
practice.
Yeah, Patricia threw herself on the altar of "I'll do it," and I said, "Yeah, sure."
It's
No
scary.
worries.
It's very scary, people. Very, very scary.
I said it's like NASA. It's like launching
Yeah.
a freaking spacecraft.
It is. It is. Uh-oh. Cherise says she's so sleep deprived, she's going to tell all her secrets. Go ahead.
Oh snap!
We just make that the full
Go ahead.
live.
Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's very good stuff. Cecilia, hi. Marcia, Wendy, hello. Nimmy Bug.
everybody.
Okay, while we're all getting used to it, let's
Crystal, LS.
throw something out there because we had a couple people concerned about it. We are going to talk about, specifically in the deep dive, we're going to be talking about the VCRs from Hobie's Soul concerts because we're talking about symbolism and hints from HYYH that we've seen across their works, including in the concert VCRs. We're not going to, that's all we're going to do. But if that's a problem,
Goodbye.
bye. And then after that, we'll warn you, we're also going to talk about the concert in general.
But we'll keep that to the very, very end,
Yes.
and we will spoil warn you before we go into that topic.
because we had some people who were concerned about being spoiled for the concert.
Yeah. And by the way, if you are trying to keep spoiler free before you go see it
Good luck.
live, I appreciate you and good luck. That is
Yeah.
a tough thing
You're-
to do.
I
But I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you. You're trying because
It's
Yeah.
a massive effort in which you are going to need to stay completely and entirely off of Kim Namjoon's internet.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
pretty much. Pretty much.
Concert
I mean,
people that want to be
applaud you.
concert virgins, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Mosaic Oh, look, Mosaic Bonsai says, "Hi, new to your channel and excited for this live stream. Welcome."
Oh, sweet.
Welcome.
We love new people.
Yes.
And I
We
promise
love-
we're going to introduce ourselves eventually.
we will.
Okay.
We will.
We'll get there.
Sorry. We
had to let people migrate from the
We have to-
original live to this live after
Listen,
chaos took place.
most-
What's around a
most
little
of
bit.
the Army fandom is so sleep deprived right now that it's not even funny.
Nobody
So,
even notices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did I offer myself on the day that I haven't slept normally?
I don't know, but I let you.
I was
Patricia?
But I let you.
Wise choice
I
on
was
her
gonna
part.
ask.
I
was gonna ask, at what time do we wake up tonight? Because man,
Mm.
my body is like already like ready to wake
See,
up.
I didn't go to
Hang
I
on.
didn't go to sleep until what 5 a.m. something like that after the concert. And then
I need to troubleshoot with Patricia because people can't hear her. Patricia, in OBS, in the top left corner, there's like green and red bars for microphone. Click the 3 dots next to the microphone one and make sure you've set it to your microphone.
Okay, hold on. There's where?
Let me open OBS.
I know
It's
what
down-
sleep. I
it's
know.
down near the bottom. It's down near the bottom.
Oh, okay. It'll say audio mixer, and then it says desktop audio mic auxiliary.
Mhm.
Is there a moving green bar that bounces?
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Okay.
So
Click the 3 dots underneath microphone auxiliary, then click properties and make sure you've changed it to your actual microphone if you're using one.
this is good.
Uh,
Capcom, go.
Mike,
Medical, go.
So like if you have this microphone, it's K66.
I don't have it. I didn't like
Okay.
it today.
Doc, what are you eating? It's tasty.
Maybe
It is
turn up
tasty.
the microphone slider
Cool.
then, the blue microphone slider, because
Yum.
people are saying they can't hear you.
Oh,
They're
It's
quite good.
completely up.
looks
Okay.
good.
It's
I can hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Well, if people can hear me, there's only so much I can do. Can you hear me now?
Yes, people in the chat, please let us know.
Yes,
Well, in
people,
the chat,
we
you
can hear her.
Hear me?
You got to wait about a minute for them to answer.
Yeah.
Don't
Kelly,
worry.
I know. We're all tired. We're all rubbing our
Yeah.
eyes.
We'll try to keep you awake.
my gosh.
Yeah.
We'll try to stay
Listen.
interested.
The thing to bear in
feel like-
mind for tonight's live is the 6 of us are very slap happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're gonna tell all the secrets.
The 2 nights,
Buckle up.
the 2 nights previous to this, I was already asleep at this time.
Patricia, can you turn
fast.
up the speaker sound on your computer? That might help.
Mhm.
Oh. Can you hear me
Oh.
now?
Now we're probably
Oh.
winning.
We're not the ones to answer.
Listen, Wendy, I know. She's like, haha, I can tell. I know.
They're asking
Mhm.
me
You can.
about
You really can.
it.
Listen,
But that's also cool because it means you've been with us for a while. So you know when we're
Yeah.
like extra dumb.
I can shout all the time so you can hear me.
We need a theme song that basically just sings "Welcome to the Shit Show."
We do. We do.
Just the Benny Hill theme
to
song.
make you
Yeah.
understand a foreign language by just shouting it at you.
It's gonna be like that. I can do it in Spanish too.
Oh gosh. Yeah. That's
Okay,
awesome.
so if you're in the
All right.
comments, everybody who watched J-Hope and is exhausted and sleep deprived, give me a purple heart because I want to see how many of us watched and need like 4 days of sleep. I'm just
Purple
curious.
heart.
Purple heart. Purple
work.
heart.
I'm supposed to work
We'll
this
stay on
week.
trend.
Unreasonable expectations. Like,
Yeah.
how dare there be
I know.
work after this?
I know.
Indeed.
There you
true.
go. Purple hearts everywhere.
There you go. See? Look at that.
Huzzah.
Wow.
it's
Look at
time
all
to
you.
I guess it's time to welcome everyone to the live then, Stephanie.
Welcome to the live, everybody. All
Woohoo!
you sleep deprived
Welcome.
army,
Yes.
Hobie lovers, Jen
Hobie
lovers.
lovers.
We'll talk about
Proudly.
all that later.
Proudly.
Okay, so we are the ladies of Army Project 529
The lady.
that make up the admin team. We have a whole other team of volunteers that help us out, but we're sort of the original 6, I guess, whatever. Army Project 529 is obviously a BTS inspired project. And we came up with the project name because when we came up with the concept, we wanted to, just have something to talk about since the guys were going to be gone and we wouldn't have any material to discuss. So we thought for the 529 days between January 1st, 2024 and Festa 2025, we could watch a couple of videos a week and stay connected. And then not only did we decide to make a much bigger project than that, and by that I mean a full website, merchandise, a Discord, lives, all of the stuff that we do. Oh, Kansas City meetups, trips, all the stuff that we do. On top of all that, BTS decided not to leave us alone. And so we also had all of that going on. And so the project became something we all know and love. And so let me introduce everybody. So I'm going to try to go in order as you see on YouTube. Okay, first we have our golden magne, Katie. And she is our genius who basically runs the show, and she keeps all of us under control to a certain extent. And then we have Doc, who does our research and leads our content team. And then we have Christina, who works on the website and makes graphics and merch with Katie, who also makes merch. They make that together. And then we have Quince, who writes the blog and puts it together every week. And then she also runs watch parties. And then we have Patricia, who helps on the back end and now also apparently is a NASA rocket scientist and helps us with doing this live. And then she also created the map, and she updates that every day as we get new people. And she designed that herself and created it herself. So every time somebody adds themselves to the map, she has to go in and manually do all that. And then my name is Stephanie, and I kind of came up with the original concept of the project. But beyond that, it grew way beyond that, my initial idea. And I do newsletter and connecting and events and stuff like that. So that's us. Welcome.
Welcome.
A lot of people are saying that we're lagging.
Yeah, we are lagging. I can see it on
lagging.
Yeah.
It keeps lagging and freezing.
Well, that might be my connection. So
We're all stuck right now from what I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's frozen.
Yeah.
Do we want to start over? Or what I'm refreshing and seeing if it's helping. No, we're still frozen.
We're choppy.
Patricia, in the bottom bar of OBS, do you see, does it show you any dropped frames or anything like that? Does it, are there any messages?
drop frame 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's probably just the internet speed.
Well, it is trying to show me an ad right now, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah, it does the exit at the beginning.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't know what to do.
Hang on. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
You're doing great, sweeties. Are we?
We are trying.
We are thoroughly fucking frozen right now. It's nice over there.
Yep.
It's real nice.
I really enjoy it.
Like the frozen face that you're seeing right now too looks like Katie is pointing at Quince angrily,
And I also
her fault.
I look very angry. I look very angry that she is pointing at me.
angry face.
Great face.
I love it. I love it.
Angry face.
Everything's wonderful. I love
They
this.
can hear us.
On my phone, it's working fine.
My computer's not working at all.
Interesting.
So
Okay, can anybody
That's
actually see us moving, or can you just hear us?
Yeah, the problem is that their comments are about a minute behind reality. So
No, I know. I'm asking and
Oh, they're
waiting.
saying I'm
No, I
louder
know.
now.
Oh, I love it. I love this for us. It's great.
I love this. It seems pretty par
Welcome
for
to
the
the
course.
chaos.
I would say if it continues to be frozen, then we need to stop and we need to go back to Katie's internet.
Yes.
Yeah, at least for tonight.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna try to have a deep dive discussion on symbolism and things like that, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
we
work.
can't keep freezing.
yeah, we're going deep tonight. So that's what she
We're
said.
going deep. We're going deep. Deep into the bowels of BTS
I figure
lore.
I can say that because nobody can see us anyway. So
They can and choppy, and they can hear us. So like I'm like with that one.
You know what? We're totally incognito right now. Nobody knows. Nobody knows us. Code names. These are not our real faces.
Code name, we're
Yes,
going in
they
deep.
go on stage and they didn't know that their mics were live.
Yes. And they're all going. They're all going.
That is fake lore.
They're all making
right.
those
That
noises.
was fake lore that they did not know their mics were
I
live. There are
know.
videos proving they did.
I
It's
know.
not,
The video is working on my computer.
it's
That
not
we know.
showing drop
But it's
frame.
funnier.
I know, but you're spreading false information on a live.
I don't care.
Crap, they caught me.
Uh-oh.
It also seems to be working on my phone.
We're getting right
I can hear you.
Sorry. I thought I was off air. I'm sorry.
Told you.
Told you.
Okay. All right, we are unfrozen. It's a little.
Okay.
Says it's a little better now.
Katie,
I
can't hear.
We are not
Can't hear.
Nope. Trisha's
I-
terrible.
Well, no, I can't hear because
Yes.
there's chaos. Okay, what are you trying to say?
Other people are saying that it's better on their phone, that it's working on their phone and not on a computer.
Okay, it's working on both of mine for now. Other people seems to be working.
Yeah, it's currently working.
Okay.
All right, we'll
Well,
try.
We all have different internet connections, so some of us are choppy at different times. If we're all choppy, that's one thing we might be able to fix. I have OBS open if we need to emergency eject.
Let us know if it gets bad,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we will turn this circus around.
But occasionally, even my internet sometimes just poops out for a minute or two.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, the joys of the interwebs.
same season.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into this so that we can end at
9:30
9:30.
Eastern, 8:30 Central.
We need sleep, so
Okay, so I think we got through the welcome, sort of. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
did.
yeah.
content and community. We said that, right? Yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, I think so. I think we did. I think we did.
Content and community for BTS fans.
Well, and I think very important to mention too, especially since we have some new people here, is that we welcome all Army. You could be baby Army, just joined 12 minutes ago, and you're welcome here. And also OG Army who've been for a while. So all are welcome.
All our only requirement is for our Discord server. You must be at least 18 years old.
Yes.
You probably
That's the
should
only
be for this as well.
It should probably be for this, and it's honestly, it's mostly because we have potty mouths.
Yeah, we
mean,
don't
it's just-
censor ourselves
it is what
very
it is.
well, so
No.
So the bar is low.
And unlike BTS, we don't have editors that come in and do.
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, you know, just Jung Hoseok has been rude on these streets as of late, and it's got all of us just like in our feels. So
100%.
Okay, let's get going.
All right.
We're going.
Oh, we're frozen. We're frozen again.
Oh,
yeah,
and there's echo.
Yep, and there's an echo. I think we should just, before we get into this deep dive, I really think we should just pull the plug and start over.
Okay.
yeah, I don't think this is going to get much better. I mean, Patricia's internet craps out a lot during watch parties on the Discord. It'll just freeze and we have to restart the watch party too.
Patricia, hit stop streaming, but don't hit end broadcast. And let's see. If that
Okay.
doesn't work, we have to come up with a new link. We're going in.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
hey, look at that! Look at us!
Look at us. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us on
That's
the squad.
called being agile.
Mobile, agile, hostile.
That's
Okay.
called having a golden machne.
So
in
just
our
so you
midst.
know, the reason we're doing
Who
this
knows how to do things.
is because I have a small child in my belly, and the child will come out soon, and I may not be able to be on live streams for some period of time. So we're trying to make sure other people are set up to do this. So you may have to bear with us through some more testing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's going on. Otherwise,
Look
if
at how
you're like,
Trying again.
just in case anybody's wondering, like, why doesn't Katie just do it if it works? That
Well,
would be.
Because a period of time is coming up. when
Yes.
she
You
will
may
be
have to
able
just do it from her hospital bed. I mean, we all have to make sacrifices.
we all have to make sacrifices, Katie.
Listen, Katie, we just need you to hit start stream.
Don't think I wasn't just thinking, how can I teach my husband how to do this?
We just see her hit start stream, and all you can hear is their monitors in the background.
Yeah. And the baby crying in the background.
Yeah, somebody coming back, ma'am, we're here with your 8 p.m. gas pill.
We're like, Katie, can you mute yourself, please?
All right,
Have you shit yet? Are we allowed to discharge you? I mean, what's going on? Okay.
Like, ma'am, why are there voices in your bed, in your hospital bed?
ma'am.
And then you
Don't
just hear
even worry
Katie go,
about
you just hear Katie go, do you know BTS?
Do you know BTS? This is my child, Jimmy. Jimmy,
Anyway. Okay, so Steph, I know mentioned that we have a map, a Moss City map that Patricia
am I
made.
mentioning that? We do. We have a Moss City map.
did.
Go ahead, Patricia. Yeah.
we have a map that has more than 5,000 people on it. And it's really cool. And you should add yourself, and then I'll add you. And in the Discord, somebody had a very good idea to make maps of the seating charts of the stadiums where we're going to see J-Hope. This lady here.
Yes.
Yeah. So it has picked up. If you're going to one of the concerts, just tell us where you are and we add you to the map as well.
Indeed.
I think I'm sorry. The second night in Chicago, I think we have like 75 project members that are going to be in the audience that night.
That is incredible. That's
insane.
incredible.
And almost that many on the first night.
Yeah.
I think
fantastic.
Chicago ended up being the biggest just because nobody could get in New York.
Well, and what's interesting is New York has been releasing more tickets. I think because now they know how big the stage is, and that's like common when they do custom stages. Like they block out a number of seats, and then as they get better measurements, they release more seats. So they've been releasing seats in New York, and they're like quite affordable. And the rest of us, I'm sure, are just like, where the fuck were these tickets about to go?
Katie, we don't want to talk about that, okay?
Yeah,
I know.
It kind of hurts.
Because those of us that went through trying to get those New York tickets, and it was a bloodbath, and we panicked and went to Chicago.
That's what I mean.
We don't want to think
We
about
could have gone to New York.
Yeah. We don't want to think about the fact that if we had just waited.
I could have slept in my bed.
Yeah, but think about all the loss of sleep you would have had in the panic of waiting. Also.
I mean, I know we had no way of knowing ahead of time.
I mean, that's true.
No way of knowing.
No, that's what I mean. Like it was just chaos.
You hedge your bets. And also I think I was telling Katie this, where I was like, if you're going by yourself, it's way different. You got way more flexibility. But when you're trying to get together with a group of people, then you just have more restrictions. And it is what it is. But in the end, it's much more fun to go with a group of people. It's just it gives you more
difficult.
That's all. Yeah.
We
That's
are.
all. I mean,
like we are not in the BU, so we cannot predict what's gonna happen.
True.
Yeah.
But speaking of meeting up with groups of people, Katie.
Yep. Sorry, I was answering a question in the chat, which is how do I get on the map? We're going to say this because we get comments on the replays of the lives. Pretty much everything we're going to talk about tonight is at ap529.com/links, which is pinned in the chat. I don't know if it pins in the replay chat, but anyway.
We're going to be putting it in the description, though.
Yeah, we're putting it in
we're
the
putting it in
description.
the description. We're learning. We're learning. Has anybody seen? Okay, I swear I'm going to get to a point. Has anybody seen Moana 2? Anybody?
No, not yet. Only the first one.
Okay, there's a funny person, and she has a rap, which is how my daughter learned about rap. And she keeps saying, "There's really only failing, then learning, then death." And I keep thinking about that. And so that's what we're doing. We're failing and learning, and then dying. Anyway,
sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So if you want to hang out with us, and more people like us.
After that ringing,
look at those numbers go down. Look at those numbers.
We just dropped 30 people in one. Yeah. Nope, don't want to hang out with you. Quit.
You guys sound negative.
You sound like.
But seriously, if you would like to if you'd like to have a fun experience with other Army of adult age, we would love to hang out with you. We did a meetup last year in Kansas City in September. We're doing at the same place this year, but a little bit bigger. Another meetup this July 25th through 27th. It's at a hotel where we've arranged a block of hotel rooms at a discounted rate. We hang out in the hotel like ballroom, basically. We rented it out for the 3 days of the weekend. We do a concert. We do rent BTS games. We do an auction. We do a dance party. We do, I can't even remember what. But basically, go to ap529.com/links. You can learn more about the meetup there. And you would sign up with us, and we will cover all of your activities and your meals for the weekend. And then you would also need to book a hotel room in the block as separately.
Yeah.
Yep. So come hang out with us. We had such a good time last year that we made it twice as long this year. Everybody said that they wanted it to be longer.
Yep.
Yes.
Somebody asked where and when. July 25th through 27th, and it's in Kansas City. It's like 2 miles away from the airport. There's a shuttle from the hotel to the airport, so you don't even have to get a rental car or anything if you're flying.
Yeah. Yep. We had a question in the chat. Somebody asked if we were planning meetups for each city of the tour? And the short answer is no. There's nothing. Most of us will be, all of us admin who are going will be in Chicago, and there's a big group of people going to Chicago that are also part of the project. So there will be meetups there. There's a lot of project people also going to New York, and I know that a lot of them are planning on getting together. So we don't have official presence. There's people, I know there's some project people going to San Antonio. Some people are planning to go to LA, Oakland. So there's going to be project people at every venue.
Guys.
But nothing official at every venue.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Hold on. I might have just turned on an ad by accident.
Well, there was one earlier.
I don't see an ad
but-
here.
Okay.
You can join us in our Discord, and we have threads that have for every concert date and location, and you can talk to other people who are going to the concert at that location, and we're planning stuff in there. So
Yeah. We just don't have enough right at this point. We don't have enough people. We're going to cities that we aren't based in. As well as like we want to have fun too at the concerts too, and so we kept everything kind of low key. But Kansas City is where for our meetup where we do all the planning and the everything like that. That's our event for the year.
Right.
So
Right.
if that helps,
yes.
but we'll be
Yeah,
around.
If you'll get in the Discord threads where we talk about, each location, then you can hop in there and find out what hotels people are staying out and arrange to go hang out in lobbies and whatever you want to do, to walk over together, to stand in lines together, to all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Eat meals.
And I'm not going to name names, but in New York, there's actually an event organized 2 steps away from the venue that a lot of people from the project are going to be at.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of things. People are going to be doing stuff. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, everything should be good now. You guys,
Yeah, I think we got rid of our.
But we got rid of that. Listen, today's a trial of error. Trial.
Yes.
And we're all sleep deprived, so
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm tired. Okay,
That's a good idea.
we're all
To do
tired.
this, to sleep deprived.
But anyway, we do have also we have a blog.
Yes.
We do. We have a blog. I've been working on it today, on top of being tired from Hobie. So we are in week 60 of our blog, and it is the last week of Host February of us talking about Jung Ho-suk in his member month. And the blog is called As Always for Us this week. And we are wrapping up our segment on J-Hope, where we were talking about everything from right before his enlistment to now, basically. And we had our watch party, and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And we do those every week. So next week, we will be moving into a new member month, and we'll talk about that more at the end of the live. So make sure you stick around for the end of the live to hear about that, because we will also be having our little contest to see if you guys can guess the name of the member month. And I swear to God, don't you start putting it in the chat now.
hold your horses.
Hold your horses.
Control themselves.
Until the time arrives. Don't put it in the chat. You can think it to yourself, but don't put it in the chat yet. But we will have a little contest at the end to see who can guess the name of the next month at the end of the live.
Cool.
All right. So tonight is Sunday, where we do our deep dive. And tonight we're going to be talking about HYYH and all the related hints, symbolism seen across BTS groups and solo promotions. And as another spoiler warning, because shit has happened since this was first said, we will be talking about some of the symbolism seen in the VCRs that were in J-Hope's concert that aired in the last 3 days, and the reason we're all sleep deprived. However, we are not going to be touching on the concert itself. So until the end, and then we will spoil warn you at the very, very, very end when we start talking about the concert itself, if you don't want to be spoiled on that. What we will touch on in our deep dive is specifically the symbolism seen in the VCRs and the teaser trailers and things like that. So that's our heads up on that one. And so without further ado,
Nice.
let's get into it.
Katie, the video for the instructions on how to navigate Discord, where is that located? Is it on the links page?
I believe. Oh, I don't think it's on the link page. I think it's pinned in Discord. Let me make sure it's still there.
Cool.
It's on our YouTube channel for sure, but let me make sure that the link is pinned.
Cool. Yeah, Discord. I was new to Discord before this project, and we're always around to help. There will be lots of people that can help you out. Yeah. Just join and start poking around. Yep. We have a whole group of really awesome envoys that Steph heads up. That's her team that can help you out with that. So no worries.
They're
all
like
new people welcome.
The Discord walkthrough video that we recorded, it's in Discord. We have a channel called Discord FAQs. It's the top link in that channel. It's the first link, so you might have to scroll up when you get to the channel.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And channel basically means all the little things on the left-hand side. Each one of those little tabs is a channel or a server. So
mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a building with rooms. Each channel is a room.
Yep.
Yes, the invite for our Discord is at the link pinned in the chat, ap529.com/links.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so
guys, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm going to introduce what we're talking about, and then I'm bowing out. I mean, I'll still be here, but I don't know shit about what we're talking about. So, if I'm being real, so
that's
I'm
awesome.
learning just as much as you while I simultaneously work on the newsletter. So, anyway, with all of the Hobie stuff going on and the VCRs during the concert and all the rumors that it's not a rumor that it's the 10-year anniversary of HYYH, but there are rumors that we will get further or more stuff having to do with HYYH or new and improved, whatever. And so I thought this might be a great time, since so many of us are baby Army, to get well acclimated with what is HYYH. This might take a couple of weeks. I don't know. It depends on how much we want to talk about it. But I thought maybe because of Hobie's concert and all the symbolism and the VCRs, that might be a good place to start. So
I think we should start off with the question is, what does HYYH stand for?
I just put it in chat too.
Awesome.
In English, I'm not going to try to butcher the Korean right now. But it's an acronym for the Korean, but it means the most beautiful moment in life in English.
Yes.
And it is a series of albums that they released starting in 2015 with the most beautiful moment in life part 1. And then there was part 2. And then there was Young Forever, most beautiful moment in life, Young Forever. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. You got it. You got this. You got this.
It's like, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I would
Sorry,
say,
I was being asked a question.
No worries. And I would just say for all the baby Army out here, talking about HYYH and everything involved in it and the storyline is probably one of the most in-depth and sometimes confusing things that you can run across as an Army, I would say. I think that's safe to say. Would everybody agree?
Yes.
Because you listen to the music, you see the videos, and then you watch a certain video and you go, why were there candy bars everywhere? What does that even mean? Why was Yoongi in a hotel room with fire all around? Like what? And then you start going down deeper into that rabbit hole and you go, oh, this is a thing. Like this is a whole thing.
Yeah.
People make videos about it. People have done theories and all this kind of stuff. So it's something that takes a decent amount of brain power to like jump in and start thinking about. So
don't do it today if you're
no
sleep
worries.
deprived.
Yeah.
Don't do it when you're sleep deprived. Yeah.
We've already had somebody ask, where can I find information? So as I said, we have a blog.
We do. A whole blog.
While I did not recount the entire BU storyline for you because no one has time for that. There are lots of people out there on Kim Namjoon's internet who have already done so. Mm-hmm. And so what we did was we just kind of like summarized and provided some links, pulled links together and provided them. If you go back to starting on week 9 of our blog, which is what we start talking about the most beautiful moment in life series, we have links that will take you to various things that have to do with HYYH, including the notes, We've got the webtoon linked. We've got a lot. We've got different lore videos linked. So if you start with week 9 and you go through all the different most beautiful moment in life albums, you'll find different links on different weeks, and you can start there. Yeah, we have linked to the Smeraldo flower, all of that. So now bear with. Yeah. So going back to tonight's discussion stuff.
Me?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, I mean, you were starting us off.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So I think the thing that, so we talked about what HYYH meant. Let's talk about start off from the very beginning. Like, where did it, what music video, what songs did it kind of start with? And then start kind of tracking through time. And then maybe start making some connections. Because honestly, this is the problem with me leading this. I don't know enough about it to even know what to ask, if I'm being honest. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So all I know is, this is what I know. I know they sang some songs. They made some music videos. There was some symbolism, and it is carried throughout even shit that happens now. That's the extent of what I know. And I know there were Snicker bars involved, and I know there's a lighter that was in Sugar's August thing. And that's about all I know.
No, that's cool.
So, yeah,
that's cool. I mean, this is the thing, is that you can go and enjoy those videos and that music and never dive into the symbolism and still have a grand time with it.
Yeah.
And then there are other people that just start pulling the threads, and they want to know every single little detail about everything and how it all connects, because that's the way their brains work. So it's you can span the spectrum of that. So totally cool.
But it started with,
I'm baby. I'm consider me know nothing baby.
Well,
yeah.
I would also add, Steph, that you probably know more than you think, because you saw Begins Youth, which is a K-drama that is actually based on the BU. So if you watch that, you know at least part of the story.
Yeah.
Right. And for those of you that aren't sure, BU is Bangtan Universe. So if we're saying BU, that's what it stands for.
It's basically their
Boston University,
which is a K-pop thing. A lot of groups, not all, but a lot of K-pop groups and artists have their own storyline, so to speak, that they create that goes along with their music and their concept and their visuals. And so BTS is referred to as the BU, the Bangtan Universe. So when we say BU, that's what we mean. It's like their headcanon, as Nimi said. So it starts with the first album, The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, and their title track, I Need You, is the first, I would say, official entrance into, it's where they started the storyline of what unfolds with the BU. And then it goes from there. Many of their music videos after that track in the BU, but not all, but many.
And the imagery kind of appears and reappears through the entire history of BTS.
The overall theme is, it's like a coming of age. It's youth, which is easy to interpret when you look at the actual albums and the songs and everything like that. You can get that without even diving into the lore. But that is the overarching theme, is that it's coming of age, it's struggles associated with growing up, and what happens to a group of friends, and how they kind of get torn apart and then are trying to put themselves back together. And it gets more complicated down the line. But as far as and there's time travel involved.
It sounds ridiculous when you just talk about it.
It's
I'm not gonna lie.
Time travel and more like Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
he keeps moving the same way.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly element of the BU threw me off entirely until I read their webtoons. And we have their webtoons linked in our blog. their webtoons explains very clearly that the base component of the lore of the BU is that Jin is repeating.
Yes.
So he is supposed to save the rest of them and get them all back together. And when he fucks up and fails, he restarts the same date. And so it doesn't matter how far along he got, once he fails with saving a member, one of the other members, he restarts that date. That's why he keeps waking up in the same room with the flowers. And so that component of the BU, recognizing that Jin just keeps re-waking up, and his task in life is to save everybody and bring them all together. And it clarifies so many things that are extremely confusing, is recognizing that wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, Groundhog Day.
It is basically Groundhog Day.
Repeat that Jin keeps doing. And, so anytime he fails to save everybody, he restarts, and then he has to start from the beginning and save everybody.
Beautiful Life. I don't know if we recognize Edge of Tomorrow, but we recognize Groundhog Day.
Yes. Edge of Tomorrow is Tom Cruise, I think.
Right. Yes.
Like
It's the same. It's the same kind of thing, though. It's you get as far as you can in the time loop until you fuck up, and then you have to and then you can reset and go back, and you get farther every time. So yes, that's a good analogy as well. And I just wanted to say too that sometimes for BU, when you're getting into it, some of those themes are really dark.
Very dark, very trigger
warning. Yeah, and so some of it is really trigger warning, and you see kind of glimpses of that in the videos, and they don't show anything obviously really too graphic. But I would want to say that just kind of like know before you get into there that some of this stuff is kind of dark.
I would say.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Did we ever figure out? Because I know Leslie was trying to look into it and she never could find the answer. But does anybody know, like, who came up with this idea? Did the guys create their own character story arcs, or did somebody else create this whole thing and then they just inputted it into their?
I would guess it was collaborative, because I think they talked about how they were involved, but I don't think it was all them.
I don't think they created the idea. I think that they definitely probably contributed to their characters.
Yeah. Can we give? I don't know if we can or should give like a trigger warning list. I don't know.
I think probably the biggest thing is I Need You. If you watch the extended version, that has probably some of the most disturbing stuff in it. There's some violence in there, but anything that is attached to the Bangtan universe, there's also, there's just be careful, because there's different instances of like self-harm and things like that as well, but nothing is overtly shown. It's just hinted at. So, but probably the most jarring thing that happens in the I Need You music video. And it's in the extended version. If you just write, which is I think called the original version, if you watch the shortened version that they released for like MTV, that doesn't have it in it. So,
right.
If you have a traumatic past, just be careful.
Yeah. So just protect yourself. Know that.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to get.
Okay. So Barbara, Begins Youth is a K-drama that was created based on the Most Beautiful Moment in Life era of BTS's discography, that part of the Bangtan universe. So that exists, and it is a thing that you can watch, but we are not talking specifically about that right now. We just mentioned it.
And to mention Begins Youth, trigger warnings galore with that one, because it's much more graphic than the video. So if you want to watch it, you have to be kind of ready to watch really tough stuff that happens in that K-drama. Also, it just stops in like kind of at the middle of the story. There's a first season that ends when we kind of figure out that one of them kind of trying trouble, and then it ends. There's supposedly second season coming, but it has not been filmed yet, I think. So,
you do not have to watch Begins Youth to have an understanding of the Bangtan universe. It is on a very odd platform that is very paywalled. So, you know, some of us have not seen it. So you don't have to watch Begins Youth to kind of have a grasp of the BU. I think the biggest things are, you know, honestly, for me, the most helpful was, in fact, their webtoons, which you can read their webtoons free if you split it over days. So it's not very long. And Webtoons does this thing where you get free chapters. You know, you get like 1 or 2 free chapters a day or something, depending on the length of a work. And so as long as you're willing to split it up and wait for the free chapters to unlock, you don't have to pay to read that. And then there's, like we said, in the blog, which is weeks 9 through 14 to cover HYYH era, we do link to websites where people have quite in depth gone down this rabbit hole into symbolism and the notes and the Smeraldo Garden blog and all of the fun, crazy, insane stuff associated.
I think the best comparison I can think of, if we have fellow nerds here, is like the Lord of the Rings universe. Like, if you think about it, there's like, everybody's like, oh, the 3 movies that came out, I don't know, 20 years ago or so. Don't tell me if it was longer than that. And then there were the books, and then there were the old books, and then there's so much to it. And then there's the cartoon movie, and now they have series that are spin-offs. And like, you don't have to know all of it to appreciate what you're watching. So don't panic. Star Wars. Yeah, don't panic if you are hearing about new things. It doesn't mean you can't appreciate what you've got going on. It's a very, very big story.
Yes. Right. But if you're like me though, and you're seeing some of the symbolism in the videos and you're going, what does this have to do with whatever that is, like, what are they trying to tell me right now? That's what I always, when I watch those videos, it's like, what is Bangtan trying to tell me right now? Like, what am I supposed to be taking away from this? And that's
because
how
like when I watched
started.
I Need You with Tess and Kiana, who are baby army, they were like, you know, from hearing the song, you think it's going to be all lovey-dovey, and then you watch this video and you're like, what the? You know,
like,
it's like not at
Hobie,
all.
Hobie, why are you collapsing on that bridge by yourself, my guy?
What's Hobie's supposed to be happy?
And then all of a sudden you're like, Taeyoung, what are you doing? Taeyoung, what are you doing?
What is on your hands, Taeyoung?
Why is Jungkook pretending to punch Yoongi? What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on?
Why are they fighting?
Yeah, that's
I thought they loved each other.
Aren't those vitamins?
I think it is important to note that the videos that are part of the BU on the HYYH video itself, inside the description, it actually says it is a component of the Bangtan universe.
Yes.
And I think that's important to note because the videos that are inside the BU have nothing the fuck to do with the song.
Yeah.
They are not.
Yeah,
They are not related.
Nimi said, I figure half of it is Namjoon trying to get everyone to read philosophy.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's valid.
That
That
can
is
totally be the
valid.
whole
Valid.
purpose.
Or psychology. It's valid.
Namjoon's like, y'all need to learn yourself something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
go
think
learn
that
it.
there's
I
also
need you to read
a big dose of like K-drama on it because the stories are incredibly dramatic.
I think it's
So
bad.
they each have their own little like storyline, basically. And so a lot of the symbolism that I think we're going to discuss might be pieces from each of their storylines. So again, we just want to kind of warn you that there might be little spoilers that we're about to talk about, but by and large, I don't think they're going to ruin anything for you too much. We're just connecting Hobie's VCRs from his concert to previous lore, basically, is the discussion tonight. So don't worry if you're new to the BU. This isn't going to like ruin anything for you. And if anything, it should just intrigue you maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, I mean, some of the symbolism like that we were talking about in those music videos that we were just talking about, like the Smeraldo flower, you see flowers all over. It's this white flower. And you see it all over in those music videos, usually with Jin. And, you know, he's got a certain number of flowers and you count them and you realize it must represent all the members and things like so. It was basically invented for the Bangtan universe. And there's information on that. But the Smeraldo flower is a piece of symbolism. And then they all have like individual things. Stephanie mentioned a lighter. A lighter is a reoccurring theme throughout the Bangtan universe. You often see Suga with one as part of his storyline. So, and then, then you've got, we mentioned the candy bar, the Snickers bar, that has to do with Hobie, part of his storyline. So,
just for the record, if I got a storyline, it would involve chocolate as well.
I mean,
Well,
it can't be a VCR is it's the pre-recorded like videos that play at sporadic times during concerts. Like most often it's when like the artist is like taking a break, they're doing an outfit change, blah blah blah, and it kind of goes along with the theme of the show.
Yeah.
So that's what VCR is. So I guess discuss specific symbols. Sorry, I didn't mean to read that. I guess I analyze how these symbols.
You can talk about it however you want. You don't have to follow that, so don't worry about that.
remember, this guideline was written by somebody who doesn't understand the video.
Doesn't understand.
But do we want to because I don't want to make people confused by talking about too much.
Right.
Should we run through some of the symbols of each member? You just mentioned a few. Should we kind of talk to which they're related? I mean, you talked about the lighter, which is like a symbol that we usually see associated to Suga because he is symbolized by fire. And you are going to see him in a lot of scenes of a lot of videos surrounded by fire.
Just think about the top of your head, fake love, I need you, I know there's more.
Then Jimin is fire. Jimin to the opposite side is related to water. You're going to see him surrounded by water or in a tub with water, which is part of his story as well. So there's a lot of water related imagery related to Jimin.
Also pianos, Suga and pianos. Jungkook birds.
Jungkook, there's a lot of birds, which also connect to Damien and the symbolism in the book Damien.
And
so
Hitchcock.
There's and Hitchcock. And you're gonna see also birds very, 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 very far on in the timeline of Bangtan. There's even a bird in Who. So there's a crow.
Jimin brought a lot of the BU back in his Muse album, a lot of it.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but Smeralda Garden marching band.
We've got
the whole video was so cute.
We've got not only birds too, but we've got butterflies as the recurring theme, which butterflies transformation, change.
So a butterfly effect.
Right.
It's
there's also kind of a lot of things around the ocean, which we see in the videos as well, I would say. And there's a lot of songs of BTS, that talk about the ocean and the ocean floor and all of that. And
Namjoon loves talking about waves.
He does. There's also there's also some really stark moments that are usually pretty quiet when they're looking into a mirror. And they're not usually looking into a mirror because they're styling themselves or checking they're staring into a mirror for the purpose of sort of an identity, trying to figure out who am I, basically. And so you'll see them very, very just staring into the mirror and with these looks on their faces, like they're just thinking really hard about something. So it's self-reflection, questioning yourself. The struggle to understand yourself is what that means to me when they're looking in the mirror that way. So you'll see lots of mirror stuff.
You're always going to see Jin with a camera because he's the one that is always on the outside looking in, because he's the one who's repeating. And so he's there, but he's not always part of everything. He's observing it and he's recording it. So you're always going to see him with the camera. And even when he doesn't have a camera, think about Spring Day, you will see him doing this and looking like he's looking through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that is brand new filter. I'm sorry.
Yes, Nimi, I don't know if you were talking about, I was just thinking about Winter Ahead because there's a butterfly in Winter Ahead also. And he does this in Winter Ahead as well.
Again, the solo works of the artist continuously reference back to the BU. And so Jin is the one who's known for the camera and the things, but you'll see in solo works, other members bringing stuff like that in. Well, like Suga is known for the lighter, but J-Hope brought the lighter with the arson written on it into his symbolism, both, with his VCRs and things like that. So you're seeing where they start mentioning back with Muse. Jimin references the Smeraldo flowers. He references. He brings the water back. He brings a lot of things from the lore back in. I mean, he even teased us his album with the Truth Untold sheet music. He used a lot of that symbolism in his work as well, and so we see it come back a lot.
Yes.
I think we haven't explained what the Snickers bar means.
No, I was just about to say
into that.
Well, I was just about to say, because Hobie, he even, and this is diving into a little bit into his VCRs now.
Right.
He has, even as early as HYYH era, Hobie's always been trapped in a room. Like that's a reoccurring thing for him. He not to give away too much of his story, but he gets abandoned basically, and it causes some issues for him and some health problems, and he ends up trapped in basically like a hospital room, and it's like a box, and so that theme kind of continues for him throughout his solo work. You see him also in boxes, and he has that in the VCR as well. Where he's trying to get out of that room. He also has a Snickers bar, which is something that is connected to him being abandoned when he was a child. He was given a chocolate bar to distract him. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
I will put a little bit of a disclaimer here, because people do talk about the BU online, and I've seen a lot of baby army fall down this trap. Yeah. Do not get mad at Jung Ho-sek's real life mom.
Yeah.
This story is,
she is so nice.
The story is made up.
Listen, I've seen so many people out on Kim Namjoon's internet mad at J-Hope's mom. Listen, his mom is amazing, and if you listen to the Mama song, his mom is awesome, and she's still in his life. They're still close.
Yes. Consider that they are all amazing actors, though, that they sell this in their music videos so fucking well that you think, oh my God, look at that trauma on their face. And they're like, the camera's cut and they're like,
he has wanted to call his mom many times.
None of it's real, please, especially when you get to take them. It's not real.
No, not real.
Right. So that's the fun part, is they definitely throw themselves into these characters though, in this world full force. Like they seem to love it because they're so good at it.
And it is easy. Somebody mentioned Mama. If you listen again, like Steph mentioned earlier, if you listen to the song, it's completely different than the visual that you get attached to it, because the song Mama is very much a celebration of J-Hope's real mother. He wrote that song about her and all of the sacrifices she made for him so that he could pursue his passions, and now he wants to take care of her, and that's a very real thing. But the way that they tied it to the storyline on the Wings album, the actual visuals you get are the opposite of that, and it's more of, this is a mother who abandoned him, and that's why he's ended up in the way that he has. But it is fiction. And so that's where the Snickers bar comes in, is that he was given a Snickers bar as a child to distract him so that he wouldn't know that he was being basically left behind.
I want to go cry in a corner now.
Right. No, I know.
And then it makes it all the more like poignant then when you see him basically trapped in a room laying on top of a bed of Snickers bars. Like,
yes,
this it's this emotional tie has like overwhelmed, and it's like almost like a gluttony to this trauma that he experienced is. But then he has to escape that room too.
Right.
The man's
the
always
thing-
trapped in rooms.
The thing that I love though too is that the symbolism that they use just calls back to Army that have been there and for a long time, but also it's just something that if you see it, it goes by and so quick that it doesn't take away from your enjoyment of Hobie's VCR, his current one for his concert. You might just not even notice that it's there. It's love that they slip those in just for us to screenshot them and then talk about them for ad nauseum on the internet. I just think it's so cool because Army, I think in general, I'm going to say this generically for all Army, I think we, for some reason, we just love puzzles.
Yeah,
we just love puzzles. And if you give us a puzzle that has at the center of it the guys and like the storyline that the guys created, we go after that with such tenacity. And I love it. I love how it gets all of our brains thinking.
And I think we even look for things when there's nothing actually.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's definitely not me in monochrome.
They have trained us to be looking for shit in everything.
Yeah, another thing that was on the VCR is that I think that a lot of people on the internet notice is the pills.
Yes,
another thing that is connected to J-Hope's story.
Yeah,
because he ends up, taking a lot of pills. So there was a pill in that drawer. And the other thing that they pull also is like they pull symbolism that is like more general, not related to the BU, because in the VCR there was also a red thread.
Yes.
And I don't know if you know the story of the red thread. This is like Chinese symbolism. Is the red thread of destiny, is the red thread that connects people.
But I love the members.
Through thick and thin. And the members have used that red thread in pictures before.
Yes.
Like I think that there's like some pictures from like the BTS World Game where like Namjoon is like kind of Namjoon, and I think it's Hobie are like connected with one red thread as well.
They talked about in the 2022 Festa dinner, when they were talking about getting tattoos, they were like, I want to get the red thread, red string of fate, and everybody was like, that's for romantic love, and he was like, but I love my members.
Yeah.
They all just stared at him.
We just look at him like, bruh.
Yeah. What I think of when I think of the red thread and how it relates to BU and how they feel in real life as members is that it's almost like a statement of saying, and no matter what universe, no matter what timeline, the seven of us find each other.
Yeah.
Like that's the theme. I'm sorry, Steph.
That really is the overriding arcing theme.
Yeah, that's the overarching theme.
Jin is literally repeating time over and over and over to make sure that the seven of them are together at the end
and safe.
Yeah. So it's really interesting and very poignant. I think that HYYH is having its anniversary as they're all returning back to us as seven. I think the timing of that is just it's amazing. I mean, it's not only do we get them back, but we get sort of like in this timeline that we're all currently in, that we have come across this anniversary of this giant universe world that they've created. And who knows, they might choose to say, now that we're back together, like we closed this chapter, or they might say, you know what? Buckle up, because we're gonna come back to this, and we're gonna link this.
Make it so much
we're
worse.
Gonna link this to shit that's already 11 years old, and y'all are gonna have to go back and YouTube and freeze frame it bit by bit in order to figure out what we're talking about. So
listen, that feels more like the likely outcome here is that there's gonna be new added lore, and we're gonna have to all go back to the original lore to understand the new
8 or
lore.
9 months from now, you're gonna see us on YouTube, and we're all going to have conspiracy boards, and we're going to look really crazy.
This is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen to us. We're going to have boards with red threads all over them. Listen, what happened was. You can
see right here, it was the count.
Right.
And but this is the closest we can get to like playing with each other. You know what I mean? Like other than being in a stadium together and like calling back and forth, this is a way, it's a long distance. Like they're like, hey, did you catch that? Did you see what I did there?
Okay.
Like, I caught it.
100% they are on their burner accounts. Every single freaking one of them is on their burner account on social media. and they're reading and watching us talk about this universe still now 10 years later, and they're going,
especially when
Because-
they sprinkle in in some of the symbolism in their new works. Like all of us lost our freaking minds with Muse, and we were right back in the BU. And now you got J-Hope out here with his teasers and his VCRs, which are the videos that play during a concert. And he's once again throwing back to the symbolism from this. And once again, those of us who have been deep in the Bangtan sauce are like, they're bringing it back around. And so now we all got our conspiracy boards back out. We're all talking about there's threads diving into, you know, the candy bar and the key and the box, and then he's in the box, and then the padded room, and then he can't escape, and we're back to all of these things in the lighter, and there's so much symbolism going on. I mean, they're even repeating use of the same vehicles or very similar looking vehicles from BU. What does the vehicle have to do with it?
I was like, isn't that the car from First Love? That looks a whole lot like the car from First Love that almost.
Steph's face is like, what the hell?
So now a bunch of us are like, the fuck is the car about?
Yeah.
And then he's got the box now.
The box, was that in something else?
What's in the box?
It looks very similar.
I know, what's in the box?
To the box.
Okay.
I have a theory about the boxes.
Listen, there's stuff
I have a
happening, and now
theory
we're
about
all
the
losing our
boxes.
minds. We're all conspiracy theorists again with our boards and our threads.
Real quick, Patricia, before you get into your theory, I wanted to point out too that the BU was something that they did and participated in as 7. Okay. Yeah. What's interesting to me is now you've had 2 members that have done solo concerts that have solo VCRs for their particular concerts. Yeah. And so there's pieces that both of them call back to the BU in both of their VCRs. If you watch Yoongi's and then watch Hobie's, you'll see it.
Yes.
But what's also interesting to me for those 2 VCRs is there's references to, I believe, how they felt individually, how they wanted to use the symbolism for their real lives and what they were struggling with. And that both of those 2 VCRs, if you watch them back to back, I think have commonalities.
Yes,
and the
agreed.
box and feeling trapped is one of those commonalities that you see in both of their solo VCRs. And so I would recommend, if you are doing a deep, like you want to do deep dives into the symbolism in Hobie's VCR, watch Yoongi's too.
Yes.
And just look at the similarities and try to look at the symbolism, because if you watch them, they feel like bookends in a way.
They do.
Which I also find fascinating.
And they kind of are bookends.
Right.
I mean,
and the 7 of them went through a lot of this, you know, stuff of their career, obviously together. And so it didn't surprise me that both Yoongi and Hobie had symbolism in there that reflected not only their individual stories, but also what they experienced together. So that's what I wanted to say on that, is if you want to dive into the VCR, make sure you watch Yoongi's too, and just get into that headspace a little bit too, because you'll see those themes repeat themselves.
Somebody just mentioned Lost RM, which
yes,
those rooms are very much like boxes.
You're very right.
And when you look at it from above at the end of the video, when he walks out, it looks like a series of boxes put together. Right. He's trapped in them. And he can't get out until he figures something out at the end of the video. So it is, again, it is something that they repeat.
And there's also a symbol that is repeated in the VCRs of Hobie and in the VCR and in one of the VCRs from D-Day, which is the fish in a bowl, which is also a symbol of being trapped.
Right.
So
going around in a circle and doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And
he had a lot of fish. I believe it was in the Daydream music video.
Yes.
He had a lot of fish symbolism in that as well.
And super.
No, I'm kidding. The thing that I loved.
Sorry,
was,
come back to me
ahead.
is what I was talking about. I said Lost. My bad. So his.
I mean,
I said the wrong song.
Come back to me. He needs to get out of that room and get to that door to open the door and get out.
I just said the wrong song, but I meant come back to me.
Right. my thing I loved about those VCR. Oh, sorry, Patricia, were you gonna do your theory? Do it.
No,
do it.
I was
Yeah.
like, one of the things that I was fascinated with yesterday in the chat is like how many people kind of jumped, and I think that it happened at all the concerts. Like, what does this mean? You know, which is like a question that I see repeated and over again from armies all the time.
What does it mean?
And one of the questions that I heard was like, what do the boxes mean? And one of the things that jumped to me when I was watching yesterday was that all the boxes have numbers.
Mhm.
And all the boxes have numbers that correspond to years that they have been active. And the box for 18 was huge, was a big box. So my first thing that came to mind was like 2018 was a very big year for them.
Big.
They did a lot of stuff. So it kind of makes sense that the box for 18 would be that big, and the one for 23, when he was like in the military and could not like do that so much, was smaller.
Yeah.
Right.
But-
And then the fact that he in the VCRs was trapped inside of the 23 box,
Yes.
which correlated to the, his entry into the military and all of that fun stuff.
Mhm. And yes,
I love the idea in both the VCRs how they play with size, and Namjoon does this too. So you'll have someone inside the box that is small, and then there will be some kind of pan shot to where someone is obviously larger, and that says to me like that's like such a Gulliver's Travels, Alice in Wonderland kind of a deal. But it also could feel too, if you feel small and the people that are outside the box feel very large, that could give you a sense of like how much control you feel like you have. Because if you're a tiny little person in a box, somebody can just grab you, pick you up, poop, put you in a box, and carry you wherever they want to go. So it gives that illusion, that it gives that idea rather of like who's really in control, right? And in Hobie's VCR, it's the person in the box is smaller, and then there's a normal sized quote unquote Hobie that can just pick that box up and take it and carry it away. But I also wanted to say too, in terms of boxes, Patricia, what you said, I really like what you said, because there is that feeling of being trapped. So somebody in a box. But I also think there's also sort of a nostalgic thing about seeing a room full of boxes, because those are where your memories are, and you box them up and you package them up real nice, and you put them away and you label them so that you can keep them safe. You know, so boxes also to me sort of speak of like a memory of like where you put your things that you don't want to lose, but you don't need them in your everyday life, but you don't want to get rid of them. You don't want to throw them away. So you pack them up in boxes and keep them safe.
Yeah.
So
it
to me, it's kind of like a both thing. It's yes, it can feel trapped if you're inside the box and you don't want to be in there. Yeah, that's a sense of trapped, but also just a safe place to store your memories. You know, Hobie, I think, I mean, I don't know the man personally, but I feel like he does have some good memories from his military time, as evidenced by, in the concert when he saw his junior military buddy. So he does have some good stuff from it.
Yeah.
But, that's again, I mean, I see that there's so much cool duality that goes on with a room full of boxes. And you know what it made me think about too? This is a throwback too. It made me think about that very end scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark when they go into that giant room of boxes.
Ark of the Covenant.
Yes, and they hide, because the best place to hide a nondescript box is amongst thousands of other nondescript
but the room of requirement,
right? Yeah. So that when he panned away and that shot was of him and there's all those boxes there, that's immediately the imagery that I got to mind was that Raiders of the Lost Ark. Wow. And again, where you can hide something in plain sight, basically.
Thinking of Hobie, he's the photographer. We always see him taking pictures. He's like all those boxes can be his folders in his cell phone with all the pictures of the members. It's like number.
Well, and I think it's kind of cool. Kind of what pegging off of what Christina was saying is, a box can be a trap. A box can be a place to keep something safe. A box can also be, something you unexpectedly escape from. And I think that J-Hope really has taken all those meanings and put them together, because there's the one J-Hope that's trapped inside of the 23 box. And then there's the other J-Hope that's keeping that 23 box safe. And he's taking it out of the storage and bringing it somewhere else, but he's keeping it safe. And then, you also have his Jack in the Box album where he talks about coming out of a box in an unexpected way, in showing his real self or, a different side of him. And then his entire stage is nothing but boxes.
Right.
And
Right.
also,
They're moving. They're at different levels. They hide. They reveal. They show things. He falls into the boxes. He comes out of the boxes. He walks between. And I think it's fascinating the level of the way he ties out all those different potential meanings of boxes, and he actually presents them in different ways.
Also, Pandora's box. He's named.
Yes.
Right. Hope is the last thing that flutters out of the box.
Out of the box of Pandora.
Literally everything Hobie. Literally everything Hobie has to do with boxes.
The myth
Including
is actually a Greek and Roman myth that talks about how Pandora opened the box and it released all the bad things in the world, and then she closed the box, and the only thing that stayed inside of the box was hope.
Yep. So I think this is a good place to wrap it up, because if we could go all night. We could.
Yeah, we really could.
We might go on because you guys really seem to like this.
I think this is we could possibly talk about it again. I think Stephanie even said maybe we might do as a multi-part series, but I think if this could be a great way for you guys to maybe get a little bit of interest and start to dive a little bit into it if you want to. Again, I highly recommend you go back to, it's almost the beginning of the blog. You could just start at the beginning if you're feeling to it, but it's week 9 of the blog is where we start the coverage of HYYH, the Most Beautiful Moment in Life series. And we start giving you guys links to different things, including the webtoons that Doc talked about, and the notes and the blogs about the Smeraldo flower, things like that. We start linking that stuff for you, and we talk about it a little bit in the blog. We don't go into too much detail, but we do talk about it. And the BU is ongoing. It's not just the Most Beautiful Moment in Life series. It's ongoing after that too. But again, don't be overwhelmed. Just enjoy dipping your toes in here or there. Or if you're a deep diver, go for it, either however you want to enjoy it, but it's not imperative.
Remember to take breaks for eating and sleeping.
Yes, it's not imperative that you dive into the BU to enjoy BTS. You can totally enjoy BTS without it. It's just a little extra thing if you want.
Yeah, And if you want to, if something's really bugging you and you're really like, man, I just need to know what the heck this means, put it in our Discord.
Yeah,
and
we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll give you some good links. We'll talk about it. We'll make sure that we scratch the brain itch as it comes up. Because I know it's
live right now. We're just wrapping up this segment of the live.
It can also get super intricate because the BU interconnects with other themes that they have used in subsequent albums. It interconnects with Damien, interconnects with Young, interconnects with everything. So that's part of the beauty of
if you thought before you got into the BTU, you're like, man, these BTS guys are hella smart. After you start diving into the BU, you're going to be like, these guys are geniuses, artistic geniuses.
And their teams. Credit to their team.
Yeah.
And and credit to their team and but the fact that what they essentially did was, you're going to go back and watch these videos because they're good. But you're also then going to, once you get into it, you're going to go back to these videos and watch for clues. There's other reasons that you go back and watch the video. And so it's brilliant. It's a brilliant, just a whole concept.
On that note of rewatching videos and the brilliance of it too, on YouTube, they don't get credit unless you watch to the very end of a video. And their BU videos oftentimes have actual credits on them. And so a lot of people will bail out during the credits. But there are scenes at the end of those music videos that tie back into all of the fuckery. And so it's like, if you're interested in the BU, you have to watch through the credits. You have to watch that video to the end, and it also gives them credit for review.
Yeah. So now's the part where we're going to talk for just a couple of minutes about our general impressions of the concert. Or do you want to do reminders first?
Let's I think we were going to do reminders first in case people don't want spoilers. They don't miss out on the reminders.
Okay. All right. So first, do you want to do the interlude, Katie, or do you want to skip?
Sure. No, I can do the interlude.
Go for it.
Yeah, so if you like the discussion we had tonight and you want to spend more time with us or support us, first of all, let's go over the ways you can help support us. Patreon, which is a monthly subscription, $3, $5, or $10 a month at the link in the chat, ap529.com/links. That helps us pay for all the stuff we have to pay for and the time we spend doing this, which is a lot of time. And we would really appreciate it. There's some benefits that come with it, which you can read about on the Patreon website, but most of it is really just helping us keep the lights on. The other thing you can do if you are interested is buy the merch that we design. Like we talked about earlier, Christina and I do most of the design work with some help from the rest of the admin team. We don't outsource anything. We do all of it ourselves. I am wearing one of our shirts right now. It finally arrived.
Concert shirts.
Me too. Me too. I'm wearing the retro.
Nice.
Lisa's wearing a Shibal hat. There's a lot. So yeah, we work really hard on this
Shibal.
stuff. So, and part of those proceeds go to the project. Part of it obviously just covers the cost of the merch. So again, all the information you can find at the links. And if you are not able or interested in supporting us financially, you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You can make sure to like the live. It's a thumbs up on YouTube. Go ahead and do that now. If you're on mobile, you might have to minimize the chat to do it. And you can join our Discord and hang out and spend more time with us. And maybe when you are in a position to do so, you can support us financially.
And you can spread the word about us on social media too.
Yep. You can talk about us. There's lots of things you can do paid and free to help support what we do because we want to keep doing it for a long time.
Yes.
We want to keep doing it because, damn it, just a year of BTS is not enough. We need more.
No, it's not. It really isn't.
Yeah.
We need more.
I mean, we really haven't
want
even
more.
gone deep into their lore. We just have grazed the
Especially
surface.
like maniacal petting the cat.
Mwah.
Very Dr.
Listen,
Claw. It's very
If
Dr.
Princess Jin wants to be on camera, I'm gonna pet her. I'm gonna pet her. Like,
Likes for the cat. Thumbs up if you like that cat. Doesn't
I
like
want
cats.
to mention really quick, but I want to do our little contest real quick. So next, we do have another blog coming out tomorrow, and it is the start of a new member month. Obviously, we are just finishing up HYYH, which is all about one J-Hope Jung Hosek. So you know we do everything in fan chant order, so you guys should know who's next. And so we like to do a little contest where we let you guys guess the name of the next member's month. Don't start guessing yet. And basically the prize is bragging rights. In our Discord, we have a thing that we can assign to you called another trophy or I've won a trophy. Where you get a little,
We really like mic drop.
we really do.
we really
We're
do.
fans.
And,
Drop us our
there's
song.
Oh, sorry.
There's a
I
section in the
kept saying
Discord where we shout you out and you get bragging rights that you got it right. So if you guys are ready,
Wait, important. Whoever wins, leave us your Discord username.
yes, you have
Otherwise,
to tell
we
us
have no
your
way to find you.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we can't DM you over here on the YouTubes. It doesn't.
Nothing's
exist.
nothing's more annoying than when we're trying to send you cool free shit and we don't know how to do it because we can't get.
I mean, and this is really the epitome of free. So
Yeah.
You win a trophy.
you win an emoji trophy, and that's what you get.
And bragging rights.
our respect.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Go ahead, and the first person that we see, it may not be the first person that pops up on your screen, but the first person that pops up on our screen that we see that says the correct answer, that will be the winner. Go ahead and guys, guess the name of the next member's month.
Reminder, we were in HYYH.
We were in HYYH, so now we are moving on to
Colleen.
Oh my gosh.
Colleen.
All right,
Look at
Colleen
that.
with purple hearts.
I knew people were going to get it
We knew
immediately.
this one was going to be a quick one.
We just said
I love Parch.
Arch.
Mini March is adorable. Moach.
Baby
I love
Marchie.
it.
I like Baby Marchie.
Baby Marchie. Me March. Me March.
Baby March.
Mochi March. Oh.
All
These
right.
are so cute.
Hi, Lily.
Marchie.
I will tag her.
Marchie March.
Marchie.
We already did you.
See, now my brain's going to El Mariachi. El Mariachi. El
But
Mariachi.
we are now in Jim March. Colleen.
Jim March.
Colleen with purple hearts,
Jimin!
please tell me your Discord username.
Park Jimin. Where is he? Where's my picture
I
of
can't
Park
even tag
Jimin?
you because you have purple hearts.
There
and
he
that has-
is.
Marchi. Jim Marchi.
Right here.
This
Right
guy
there.
right here. Look at him.
Yes.
Look at him.
Look at him.
at him.
So the first week of Jim March will be dropping at midnight tonight, and it is called "I'll Give You Everything."
And let me tell you, 2 of our admins have been getting wrecked today.
Mira.
Listen,
Not
I've
just
been getting wrecked for 2 straight fucking weeks because of this man.
That's true.
It's fine.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Mhm.
I'm not
Everything's
talking to
fine.
him. I'm not
He
talking.
is. He may
You're
just
not
be
on
the
speaking
cutest
terms.
little patootie to ever fucking exist. I'm fine. Don't
We're not
even worry
Jimin
about
is
it.
so freaking cute.
Yeah.
Jimin is so cute.
So
Jimin is a lot of
congratulations
things.
to Colleen. Congratulations to Colleen. We're really
Sweetie,
excited.
puppy, lovely.
We are now in Magne Line territory for the rest of the duration, everyone. So just
Listen,
buckle up
this
for
is
that.
the home
Mark Day
stretch.
time.
This is
The
the
home
home stretch. And
Yeah.
you know what? You know how to
Buckle it
make the
up.
time of the next 4 months pass a lot faster is by going into a deep dive about all the matinees, reading the blog, getting involved, and it'll make the time go by like this. And then it'll be June and they'll be back. So
Yep.
keep yourself busy. Keep your brain
Yeah.
busy.
Yep.
Listen,
last
listen.
reminder-
As if you don't all have lives outside of, standing
Last
BTS. but
reminders
yeah.
before we chat about the concert. Last reminders.
Yeah, maybe let's do this at the end. Those are less. I don't know if we need to say that some of those.
Okay.
twice.
Cool.
Yeah, those are usual.
All right. If you want to dip out before we talk about, we should mention our 100 days countdowns.
Yes, they're happening.
Yeah.
Yes, they just started, you guys.
Yep, we're on day 99 for Namjoon and Taehyung, day 100 for Jimin and JK,
100.
and I think Yoongi starts in about 10 days. Don't quote me on that. Don't.
We have the math.
Yeah,
There's
we have the math
spreadsheets
done. I have a
involved.
calendar.
The actual. I would like to point out that when we first posted Jin's 100-day countdown, we were 19 hours off from when Jin posted his 100 days, D-100. And then we recalculated for Jung Hosik, and we were only 11 hours off from Jung Hosik, but inside the same calendar day. So we were fucking winning. When we started the Namjoon and Taehyung countdown, less than 2 hours from the way the countdown posted, and Kim Namjoon
Listen.
beat his 100 count up.
If we were any more
hard.
on time, we would be high interns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not. We're not.
He's
We're not.
crossing like 72
And we're
time
not
zones
higher,
here.
so
I know there's not 72 time zones in existence, but that's how many fucking time zones we're crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went through our own BU. We went through our own BU trying to figure out these countdowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
exactly.
crossing
Daylight savings
oceans
happens
of
soon,
time.
and we have daylight savings, but Korea doesn't.
Yes.
Like there was a lot of thought.
Yeah, there are so, like there's the savings time zones we had to calculate for. There's the fact that they're in Korea and Katie's in Eastern and I'm in Central, and it's just ridiculous.
But
crossing the oceans of
math,
time. I get
math was a lot. There's that GIF out where like JK is just staring off into space and there's all these like math things around his head. That was for all
But
of this.
you guys should definitely check them out on our social medias. Namjoon and Taehyung, we are doing the Kim and Kim's mixtape. It's 100 days of song recommendations. We came up with that idea a while ago, and we've been sitting on that because who are the two that recommend music the most? It's those two.
Yes, and it's songs that those two have actually recommended over time.
Yes, that is pulled directly from lists of songs they've recommended. So that is Namjoon and Taehyung. And then today we started Jimin and Jungkook. Go ahead, say the official name. I'm going to say the unofficial name if I do.
Yeah, we're calling it 100 Days in the Suitcase. It's travel tips, and it's all inspired by their travels together.
Yes, 100 Days in the Suitcase with Jimin and Jungkook. And it is adorable. We had a lot of fun putting it together.
Listen, we spent literal hours putting these countdowns together.
We did.
Okay, so now concert. If you want to
Concert.
yeet yourself.
Good night. If you're leaving, good night.
Yes, thank you
Bye,
for
good
joining us.
night. If you're
Spoil now.
leaving,
Yeah,
we're gonna talk
otherwise,
concert.
stay here and talk concert.
You don't want to be spoiled.
Concert.
Who wants to start?
It was fucking
Wow.
awesome. Fucking
It
awesome.
really was.
It was
so good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Literally everything I could have ever hoped for in a concert and more.
Yeah. It was
So much more.
yeah, that so much more than not that I wasn't expecting a lot. I was expecting a lot, but I even got more than I was expecting.
I mean,
Totally.
you got.
Listen,
you
were
got-
any of us expecting Bopsay?
No.
Anybody?
It was not
any of us?
a
It
I
was
was.
Bob say
J-Hope
in bedazzled jeans, as Mixus pointed out.
and a tank top.
Yeah.
Listen, John
It was a
Hosick,
lot of rude songs in a row.
a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Very
Yeah, John,
chosen
it was not on my 2025 bingo card. Let's just put it that way. I mean, he already let us know he was doing mic drop as a solo,
yes, we
and it
saw
was
that.
everything. It was
Dude,
so good. And so from the France concert, we were expecting that to show back up. But the minute I heard those opening notes of Bopsay, I screamed so loud. All the cats left my room. My throat was sore. I was like, shut up. This is not happening.
Can I just say that I particularly loved the diamond dog tag, army dog tags that he wore? I would just
Oh, yeah.
We thought of
You
you.
noticed those? Huh?
We did think of you.
thought
We totally
we
thought of
actually
you.
mentioned you when that showed up.
Yeah.
Not that we're petty about it, but we're
Not
petty.
that we're
Hey, listen, his
Not to get
fits. Whoever dressed him, stylist Nuna, love you.
That fit
Yeah.
in particular, because I was the one he kept every single
He
day.
kept
Every day.
changing the
He knew.
pants.
Yeah.
Pants
But
were
the
different.
top, he kept that fitted tank top and that jacket, and then he just
knew it
kept
was
changing
working.
the pants into different
That
bedazzled
tank top-
versions of pants. They got increasingly bedazzly.
Yeah,
Basically
and
more
that
bedazzled,
tank
yes.
top,
Singly
and that tank
bedazzled.
top was like struggling for its life.
I think
Oh,
the slutty
concert.
J-Hope era is upon us, which I love.
Listen,
It's
just
here.
the attitude change we saw from night 1 to night 3.
Yeah.
When his ass hits North America, we are in fucking danger. Is
It's
all I got
the
to
eve of our
say.
destruction, people. The eve of
I
our
was
destruction.
I was just gonna say something is in the air in North America when they get here to where they're like,
yeah,
I've flown 14 hours for this. I'm gonna let it all out.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And
and
it's great.
listen,
And they start
yes.
swearing.
They do. They do.
They start swearing because they know they can.
Yeah,
It's so awesome.
I
And
am so looking forward to Joan Hosick cussing at us.
He
Yeah.
actually said, I think it was on night 2 where he said, like, you guys know what I'm trying to say. He's like, I can't keep talking about it because if I do, I'm going to start swearing. So
I know. But then we're like in North America, we're like, bring all
Yes.
the
Come on, bring
swear
it.
words, Hobie.
Cuss at us, my dude.
You have a
Continue,
pass.
please. Give
Uh-huh.
it.
Keep going. Like
Yeah.
I want to scream Shabal again in a concert hall.
Yes.
Yes,
Mhm.
I definitely
Yes.
do.
100%. 100%.
yeah.
Then it
Can we
happened.
can we talk about how absolutely full of joy
Mm.
Jen was?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my gosh.
That's
She was the
fantastic.
That man was glowing and just having the time of his life. I can't even imagine
Literally.
what that's like to sit there and do the fan chant and do all that and be so hyped and
Oh my
be on the
gosh.
oh my. The whole thing was
He was
Mm.
living his
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
fanboy life.
living it.
I
He
saw a
was so
tweet that
cute.
said no one, like the height of a BTS fan is to go to a BTS concert.
Yes.
And even a BTS member,
Remember.
it
Wants
was
to go
his
to a
favorite thing to go to
Yeah.
a BTS concert. It was like it's just so awesome. And
Oh my gosh.
the
Jen
the
was
pride he feels. I saw pictures on Twitter where they were comparing, Jin watching Yoongi perform, and then Jin now gets to watch Hobie perform, and just those are his brothers, man. That's his brother up there, just killing
Yeah.
it.
And
them's his
first he had
baby.
he had two army bombs, and they
Yeah.
were not on.
They
But
were
he
not
was
turned
still
on.
and then he figured out how to turn them on. Less. And
He was like, "Wait a minute."
No, he didn't want the light.
I
And
see-
is
don't wanna light
Jonathan,
up the
is
army
Jonathan
bomb.
not the luckiest person on the planet.
Well,
all the
I was
time.
just about to say.
I mean,
I
they're
saw the
basically best
funniest.
friends now.
I saw the
They're
funniest
basically best
screenshot or
friends now.
clip where it's like Jen and his manager are both like rocking out with their army bombs, and Jonathan's just sort of looking around in horror.
Listen, Jonathan was like, these guys are the real fucking deal, dude. Like Jonathan had the look on his face like, this is like a lifetime of experience of a lifetime. You're sitting at a BTS concert with a
member of
BTS
BTS.
member.
The member of
Like,
BTS.
Come on.
You have won the life
Can't get any
lottery.
better.
and
my
you know
God.
what? You know what's funny? I just imagine, this isn't probably what happened, but in my head I imagine like Jin kind of like poking Jonathan and like, see that move right there? I taught him that. See, look how good that looks.
Jonathan's gonna look at him
I
and go,
did it.
sure, sure.
Jonathan's gonna go, right.
Mhm.
I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Hobie learned it from you.
Yeah.
So
No, it was really great to see him enjoy himself and doing the fan chants. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Oh my gosh, watching Kim Seok
all their
Jin
names.
read the fan chant with everything in his soul.
yeah,
Life.
Yeah.
Life.
it was beautiful.
Nobody
It
loves
was
BTS as much as
beautiful.
BTS.
I mean, I think that Jonathan looked like he was having a good time.
No, he
yeah.
absolutely
He
did. There was
did.
just
was
one
like
moment.
grooving. He was doing this. He was getting into it. He really was having a good time. And
At some point, Jin figured out how to turn on his 2 army bombs, and then he only had 1. So I don't know if he gave it to his manager or gave it to Jonathan, but one of the two
he went down to
passed out
one.
the extra
Right.
army bomb too. But it was
Let's
cute.
can we talk just for a minute too about how long was that concert again?
It's like
It was
a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think they were over 2 hours.
Hobie did not flag in his energy or his
No.
stamina or his professionalism
Oh.
for one single freaking minute.
Mhm.
He was all the way for that entire time. And you know, we sort of, as BTS fans, we sort of take that for granted as ARMY. We're just like, yeah, it's 2.5 hours of just going, you know, full steam. But it was amazing. It was amazing that he, you know, he figured out his groove. And because if you know, Yoongi had most definitely, I would say, more like he played instruments as kind of like his thing in his concert, and we knew that J-Hope dance was going to be a huge part of his solo concert, and he killed it. He killed it. And he gave people were pointing out too how he gave so much respect to the dancers that were on stage with him, and he mentioned them by name. Of course he did. And because he loves doing that as well. He loves giving the shout outs to the people that are up there with him. But
Yeah, I think
I
one of
want to know from Katie. Katie, was the sweet little serenade that J-Hope gave us reminiscent at all to the sweet love song that we were going to get?
It was not as rude as Seven. I'll say that much.
Listen, no, now listen, there is some questioning out on these streets whether we are going to get an explicit version.
Yes. I asked that question.
I will say,
Are we
from what
getting
I saw, and I
version?
haven't seen as much of it yet as some of you guys. From what I saw, the more explicit leaning lyrics were not J-Hope, they were Miguel. Whereas part of what shocked me so much about Seven was, you know, I think we all know the explicit version of Seven. Yeah, I will briefly recap the story of Seven. Was the first BTS release that I stayed up until midnight to like be there for it. I was by myself. I didn't have the project yet, and I was laying in bed, and I was like, what the just happened? And I'm like Googling, like, did he say that? And I'm like Googling, and I'm like, no, he definitely said that.
Well, I watched it live, and I was like, this is such a sweet song, Hobie, and then whatever. And then, like, the next day in my sleep deprivation, I wake up and I saw the lyrics, and I was like,
listen.
So for me, yeah, go on, Christina.
Yeah, I was just gonna say nothing but diamonds. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Nothing but
diamonds.
Nothing but
on your
diamonds.
neck.
I want to point out
Sparkly
something
pants. In sparkly pants.
I want to point out something fascinating that I discovered while working on the blog this week, because it's the first week of March and we are covering early. We're going back to early BTS because we do this with every member. And one of the things that we are talking about is a very early subunit song between J-Hope and Jimin and V and Jungkook, and it is called Beautiful. And it is a remix of a song by Mariah Carey and Miguel. And that is from 2013, 2014. And here we are, more than 10 years later, and J-Hope is doing a song with Miguel.
Bringing it back.
Well, let me just say, Andrea just said Bangtan is leaving the anger and moving on to the loving. Let me tell you right now, if Suga moves on to loving, I will not survive it. I will not fucking survive it. I'm telling you right now.
Listen. I feel
not
like
wired to write a love
I
song.
I feel like when we get the entire rap line back, there will be anger.
Yeah.
I feel like some
mayhap a bit.
some ciphers are coming. But also these men are coming out with some levels of confidence.
Is that what we call it now? Confidence? I call
Confidence.
it
That's what we're
but
calling
that's
it.
okay.
That's
That's what we're calling it. Yes.
Also,
Very
the-
aggressive.
the
I think they're
confidence.
coming. I think they're coming to kill us all. But
They are.
I also refer to it as the audacity.
Yes.
The audacity is extreme. It really
As
is.
in they have-
Angela just
and
said
they
stuff's
are
a little red.
Yeah.
And they are feeding our Delulu so much.
Excuse me.
So
Let me
much,
take
so
this
much,
copy
so
of face.
Do you need a fan? Do you need a fan,
Yeah.
Stephanie? Like,
Yeah, we really
Or-
did. We really miscalculated on a lot of things. You understand. First of all, the fact that they weren't going to release anything while they were in the military. That was our first big mistake.
Yeah.
The second big mistake was even contemplating the fact that when Jin came back, he was gonna like put a stop to everyone's Delulu, where you know
Right.
we
Simmer
Jim
down
can't-
now, simmer
yeah.
down.
where JK left us with his lives, where he was basically like folding his underwear with us and falling asleep,
Right.
and you know,
Right.
where he left
having
us,
a
we
live
thought
from bed
Jin
with
was
us
gonna-
without a shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
we thought Jen was going to come back and be like, all right, that's enough of that. No, he immediately fed into our Delulu more and
With a hug
created
event.
like created a choose your own adventure dating video series for us.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And
Hugged
then
1,000
like,
army.
okay, well, surely J-Hope is going to come back and he's just going to be sunny and happy.
Diamond
And it's
necklaces.
going to be yucks and laughs.
Diamond necklaces, people.
And tee kiki. And no, this man came back and was like, hey, I'm going to look down at you every single
Every second I
I'm
can
gonna be
sauce it.
swinging.
I'm
and-
gonna look down upon you. I'm gonna step on you.
You
And you're
will
gonna
become
love it.
very intimately acquainted with the bottom of my
Listen,
shoe, and you will love it.
Every army shall
Every
become
day.
a J-Ho before
Yeah, every
I'm done
day.
with you bitches.
just right here, right?
Young
here.
ho sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so
Hosek.
then we were like, oh, okay. So all I have to say is when this 100 days is over, I don't know what's going to happen with the
Gird your loins. Gird your loins, people.
What happened?
We've had
Gotta get on
What are
gird.
we doing?
Listen, I think we've discovered violently in the last 3 days that it is impossible. It is impossible to properly gird our loins for what is coming
Yeah.
because we thought we girded, and then Jung Hosik attacked us. We were not prepared. Even those of us who've been J-Hos for a real fucking long time, we're not properly prepared for the
Yeah.
level of violence that came at us in the last 3 days. I don't think it's possible when OT7 comes back in 99 to 100 days. Well, it's the first of them, and then we got a week for the other. But when
Can I
they're
just-
back,
Yeah. and can I just say?
I don't think we're prepared, and
No, we're not.
I don't think it's possible to be prepared.
Well, and can I
Just
just say
buckle up.
that Min Yoongi, who has the power seemingly to predict the future, I love that people are bringing back the meme of Yoongi saying, Army just wants to see J-Hope's hip thrusts from Bapse. And I love that he said that
Is he wrong?
years ago.
It's all I
And,
thought
and
about.
it's
It's all
now
I
true.
thought about. I
Was
thought
he
about
wrong? No.
that moment so many times today.
Was there.
Because the videos, you're getting all these different angles now as the fan cams are coming out, and the violence level, and all I could think about is Min Yoongi going, everybody, they just want to see J-Hope's hip thrusts.
I mean,
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
While you guys are winding up the live, I'm going to have to duck out a few minutes early. So I love
Yeah.
you all. Good night.
okay.
Yeah,
It's,
nice.
It is time to go.
Wrap up with
See you
our
guys
final
later.
announcements.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Great
See,
discussion.
she couldn't handle it. We
No,
started talking
it got
about
too hot.
Hobie and Baptiste, and she was like, nope.
Listen, because if when OT7 comes together and we get Babs
I don't even want to think about it.
We're not ready.
I mean, my theory is they're coming out in June and it's going to be like opera. You're wrecked. You're wrecked. You're wrecked. You're wrecked. You're wrecked.
That's what J-Hope's doing right now. The amount of new J-Hos in existence after these last 3 days is astounding. He pulling biases and wreckers everywhere. So
I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
It's violent out in these J-Ho streets.
Listen. There's a theory that to be really good at your job at that point in your career, that it takes 10 years to be really, really good at your job and what you do. And so that's the point we're at.
People. Hitting the mark.
This is it. Like
they're in their prime.
They are prime. And what's so funny is sometimes you'll see people try, aunties mostly, trying to say, well, they're old now, or referencing somehow that they're 30s or something like that. It's like, watch that concert. Watch that concert and tell me that man is not in his prime. You're a liar.
He may be very sore today.
In his prime.
He may be very tired today, but he did not show it on stage.
But that was granted, again, that was the third night of him doing that. And you know how you feel after a concert, you're excited. It's hard to wind down. It's hard to sleep. It's hard to rest because you're just like, you got all the energy that you've absorbed. And so amazing. Can
I just mention too, the fact that someone, I don't know the context in which they asked it, but asked him about size and he said hope size. That was funny.
That is actually a joke. It comes from I Leave Alone.
Yeah, I saw
the episode of I Leave Alone. Yes, some kind of like talk about pork belly that involves sizing.
Right.
But he keeps saying half size. But somehow that converted to half size, hope size.
Yep.
And now hope size is a thing.
It's a thing.
And his bass player propagated that one for us.
What size?
Well, that's got to be a next T-shirt then.
What size? Hope size.
Yep.
That's got to be merch then.
Yep.
I need a T-shirt that says I'm hope sized.
Because I need that shirt as well.
Me too.
So there we go.
All right.
We're all hope sized.
Christina, you want to talk about voting and streaming?
Sure. To wrap this up, one of the other ways that we support them, besides going to concerts and sharing and talking about them, is we vote for them, and we do charting stuff and we do streaming stuff. So if that is something that you're interested in, we have a Discord channel for streaming, charting, voting, where we take all the bits all over social media that we learn about different projects and people trying to chart things. Like, for example, when we charted Blue Side for J-Hope, that was a charting project that came from social media. And so that's the one place in the project where we have everybody throw everything there, and then I go ahead and put it on a website so that you know what the current goals are for BTS, not only is for their group music, but for their solo stuff. So come to that Discord channel and get caught up on all the latest for what we're doing for streaming, charting, voting, and help us out. Because every drop in the bucket, every time you listen to a song, every time you watch an official music video, it helps towards Bangtan World global domination, which is a personal goal of mine, as well as a goal for the project. Yep. So I want to get these guys endless amounts of kudos and love sent their way. So anyways, streaming, charting, voting channel in the Discord.
Yep. And speaking of Discord, yes, please join us. It's free. It's at the link pinned in the chat. It works on computers. It works on phones. It works on web browsers. It's just sort of like a big chat building with different rooms in it. And another thing you can do there is stream together. So several times a week, pretty much every day, I think, sometimes more than once a day. We have watch parties. The main one we do, or the first one we did, was watching content from the blog together every week. And we've now expanded. We have one, I think it's on Wednesday afternoon US time, Wednesday evening Europe, Africa time. And then also we have Thursday evening US time. I believe it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern, right? 7:30 Central. Hosted by Quince, who is our main blog writer. And again, the blog it's some words, but then also a list of links every day of official videos or official content that they've recorded. So they watch that together and have a really good time. So come hang out with us. And then also, gosh, what else do we do? We watch Bon Voyage stuff together. We watch In the Soup together.
We do Jenna's Kitchen. We do Jenna's Kitchen on Monday.
Jenna's Kitchen. Sometimes we watch K-dramas.
Run Jen every other Friday.
We do a lot. We're very busy. We're very tired. But yeah, come hang out with us in our watch parties. And that's somewhere that we can do that. Great.
Yeah. If you come into the Discord too, we hang out in the Bangtan room together, the Bora Lounge, we call it. If you just need to get some work done, there's a study hall you can hang out in. We also have a book club that meets every other Saturday. We won't be meeting until the end of March for that, and due to the concert season in North America. And then we also have a Hangul club where people are learning Korean together, and they meet up on Saturday mornings as well. So there's a lot going on. There's a community for
crafting and all
there's
kinds
even
of stuff.
crafting. There's crafting hour that happens every so often, and so there's something for everybody. You can find your friends and you can find your people, and so that you don't have to Bangtan alone, because it's one of our things here is content and community, and never Bangtan alone. So where AP529 is concerned, you don't have to do this alone. You have somebody to scream with and yell with and have fun with and hang out with, and you can find your people. We go live twice a week. So tonight was our Sunday deep dive that happens every Sunday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Our next YouTube live is going to be on Wednesday at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And that is our midweek tea, where we talk about all of the member news that happened during the week. And we bring you shenanigans that happen out here on Kim Namjoon's internet this week for the week tea component. So there you go. I saw this video earlier where she said something about, if you want to talk about people, we're going to drink whiskey out of teacups. And I was like, I do that on Wednesday. I totally drink whiskey out of teacups. So I'm going to
How do they know?
I was like, how does she know me?
It's camera in my
I
house.
was going to try to rip that audio for something, because I about died. I almost spit my drink at the time. I was drinking coffee. I was like, oh my gosh. That's for our midweek tea, and we're going to give you all the week tea and all the member news and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yes.
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for being
Even
here.
after all of our mess ups, that's awesome.
Yeah, y'all stuck around.
We need to perfect this thing.
All right. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you on Wednesday.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Bye. Love you.
Bye. Happy
Take care of yourselves.